The world-renowned head chef, Stuart Conibear, on the virtual lounge with Adam Emil. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? We got our first guest, Stuart, here at the virtual lounge with Adam. Stuart, say what's up to the people.
Hey, what's up, people? How you doing?
Right on. Hey, it's actually really a pleasure for me to even have you, a world-renowned head chef. People like me are wondering, is it a shit ton of work being the head chef of a hotel and constantly preparing? Obviously, you delegate these jobs, right, to others.
If you're working within the ranks, in the kitchen, you start from a commis chef, going up to chef de partie, up to sous chef, and then becoming head chef.
Gotcha.
And obviously, if you're on the line, you're delegated to by the head chef and the sous chef. As you start to move up the ranks to become a head chef, it's more a case of the managerial side of things and the paperwork. Absolutely. And delegating all the jobs to the individual chefs to cater for, working on different sections. Back
in the day when you were really hustling and bustling in the kitchen, did that take a spark from when you went home and had to prepare meals for yourself, or what?
Because you spend so many hours in the trade. It's like when I was working within the ranks, you start at 6 o'clock in the morning and you'd be working through until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
To which you'd go and hit the bars of London and the clubs of London.
There you go. You got to make room for that.
Now, I have to say, I'm still doing, long hours, but, when I get home, the interest isn't there as much, to cater for myself. So I tend to, I take the easy route and go for takeouts,
there you go. See, that's the question. That's why I had to ask that question to see, man. So do you have any special dishes that the hotel is, that you're currently working at that is super famous for?
I've been classically trained, throughout the years, so I take all my influences from classically French cuisine.
Yeah.
I've always been trained as a saucier, so I always work with meat and fish.
Gotcha.
That's my speciality, really, classical French, English cuisine.
What was it like? Was it a headache, or how was it preparing meals for the Prince Wales?
Well, as you know, I worked for Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall as their personal head chef for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And it was a true honor, obviously, to work for the Royals. I traveled around the country with them, and around certain parts of the world, wherever they would have business to tend to. One of the main things that for working for the Prince is that he's very ethical, sustainable produce. So a lot of the ingredients that I got to cook with were from his own gardens, from his own farm.
Oh wow.
So it's direct from farm to plate. It's like we would come in. The gardeners would come in from his grounds. Say we have this this produce at this time of year.
Wow.
And I'd have an abundance of ingredients to utilize to cater for them. And their guests in their households.
Wow.
So it's a fantastic opportunity. It was amazing. And it's to be in the household. And being very personal to them, that they would come, just walk into the kitchen. It's like a normal household kitchen, that I'd be catering for them in. They'd walk into the kitchen. It's like, right, what we're going to have for dinner tonight, and it's put menus together and obviously go from there.
So less than 20 people on a daily basis.
It was dependent on obviously where we were around the country. It's like spend certain times of the year up in Scotland or in the Cotswolds or in Highgrove.
Wow.
Down in Cornwall. So yes, dependent on their businesses that they're dealing with, the guests that they'd have in house, the family that they'd have in house. But on a day-to-day basis is more directly just for the Royal.
Makes a lot of sense.
Shoots up in Scotland, then obviously they'd invite other guests, VIPs to attend these shoots, and then we cater for them as well.
Right, man. That sounds like action filled. Never a dull moment in the kitchen, right?
Not at all.
So, what are some of your favorite ingredients to prepare with?
Again, because it's we're blessed in this country that we have fantastic ingredients to be able to use throughout the different seasons. Fresh fish from Cornwall, that I get up every day.
And what kind of fish? All types of fish, or?
Yeah, all types. I mean, obviously we have all the seafood, the lobster, the scallops, the prawns, turbot, halibut, sea bass, everything, is readily available.
Yeah.
So, it's, to be in the UK and catering in the UK is fantastic opportunity.
Awesome.
And, we deal a lot in rare breed meats as well. To cater, with different cuts of meat from different rare breeds around the country as well.
Wow, very cool, man. And normally, am I right preparing my steak or whatever type of meat, mostly like medium rare or like rare plus, or what would you recommend?
Always medium rare. Yeah.
Medium rare. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to upset the chef by asking for
I know, right? Yeah. So everybody listen, when you go order your steak well done, you're upsetting the kitchen in the back, all right? So do you listen to music? Do you sing while you prepare? Do you have any funny things that people don't know about you that don't see you preparing, I
was very much brought up in very disciplined kitchens throughout the 80s, 90s.
Okay.
So I mean, the only voice you would hear in the kitchen would be the head chef's voice,
chef screaming,
screaming at you, for you to return, with yes chef, no problem chef, yes chef. So no, and I've never had music, playing in the kitchen. However, if I'm catering at home, then yes, I mean, it's full rock and roll in the household. Yeah. Where I am at the moment, so I'm at the Losca Hotel in Holborn in London at the moment as head chef. It's a small boutique hotel. But previously, yes, I was at the Ivy Brasserie, and I was at the original Ivy back in '96 to 2000.
Okay.
Again, which with their the Ivy brasseries have pretty much grown, from the one Ivy in London. They're all around the country now.
Okay. Okay.
I think they're also now starting to look to come abroad, maybe even coming over to the States as well.
Cool.
Cool. And progressing that way, expanding that way.
Right on. But you've moved on from there, as we know. Any special, easy to put together dishes that you would recommend so we don't, bite off more than we can chew?
Any pasta dishes, pasta is so adaptable, to incorporate any ingredients into. We have at the moment, because it's autumn or the fall, as you pronounce it, we've got an autumnal spiced pumpkin pappardelle pasta on at the moment. When we utilizing the whole of pumpkin, so you can make a puree from the actual from pumpkin to make the sauce, and then you can have the dice and roast the dice in and combine it together. Just add some spices and some seasoning. Very simple dishes. But I mean, you can use pasta in pretty much anything, and very quickly. If not, try stir fry.
Stir fry, right? Keep it simple, guys. You heard it from yourself. Has COVID affected anything in the kitchen in terms of protocol for you all?
Yes, for sure. I mean, it's not so much in the kitchen because the standards of hygiene in the kitchen are very high anyway, as a standard, that we have to conform to. So I mean, it's only really become more of a having the social distancing, wearing masks in the kitchen, filling in a little bit more paperwork. But I'd say that the COVID has affected more front of house than it has back of house.
Absolutely.
With obviously paperwork that needs to be filled in by the guests. The social distancing, the spacing in the restaurant. So it's reduced our capacity in the restaurant considerably. Almost up to 50%. Mm-hmm. Having cameras, heat cameras, etc. That are put into the hotel now. Wow. So I mean, it's quite considerable the change. Unfortunately, it seems that the government seems to be blaming hospitality at the moment for the dispersion of this virus, which is ridiculous. And unfortunately, a little bit under the cosh with this COVID.
Everybody has been affected, and you all prepare meals 3 times a day for people, and we rely on you all for our health and wellness, and it's a shame to hear that somebody's trying to blame you behind closed doors, so not you as a person, but, just the whole hospitality career. I appreciate you.
It had a real crushing effect on the hospitality across the world, really has.
Yeah. Well, we all have our fingers crossed, and we're wearing our mask, and we're staying healthy, and hopefully I can get out there to try some of these delicious meals that your crew is preparing, man. I look forward to that.
Yeah, please do.
Right on, man.
If you want to look at any of my social media, it's stuartconibear.com. It's my website, and I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you name it, I'm on it. So look me up.
Right on, everybody. Stuart Conibear on the Virtual Lounge with Adam Emil. I thank you so much for coming out, man. Look forward to speaking again, and have a terrific week.
Thanks very much, Adam. Really appreciate your time.
All right, brother. Take care, man.
You take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Peace.